Okay, good morning everybody. Firstly, thank you for having me here. I think it's such an honor. I feel like such a VIP, like getting a bouquet and all of this. I firstly have to congratulate you guys. I think this is such a great initiative. And when Mishra ji called me after I spoke to ma'am, I was like, he's like, a lot of young people are going to be there. I was like, okay, let me also feel young with you guys. Don't go on my hairline, I'm just 37, okay? When Mishra ji sent me that flyer, I was like, this is my future, you know? There was something wrong with that picture and it made me look bolder than I am. I was like, chalo, ab to, like you all think I'm old man, I'll come like that. But I think I'm born in a city called Jagdalpur, and when I was 8 years old, we all migrated here for business reasons, and I'm from a business family. And when Mishra ji said, would there be a topic you would like to cover when you meet the team? I said the best is to keep it real and raw and authentic and more interactive, because this is not a presentation where I want to talk about, you know, big things. It's the best. I think we relate to real life stories. We all have had our happy endings. We all have had our heartbreaks. We all have had our highs where we are really doing well and then you feel very comfortable and you get a little, you know, demotivated with your own life. So I think I want to talk about my journey to be able to tell you what has worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. And I hope I'm able to leave some sort of a feel good with you guys by the end of today. So I was born in Jagdalpur, as I said, and I come from a family which has always been about, you know, working very hard, going to work from 9 to 9, and, you know, making a lot of money and trying to save and, you know, secure a future and making sure, you know, हम सबके family में होता होगा, पापा लोग को पता ही नहीं हम कौन सी class में थे, कौन से school में हैं. So, you know, we all have gone through that. We all have a very similar sort of upbringing, because that was the old India. But today, I think as young parents or young professionals, we all are very involved in our lives. We take responsibility for what we do, and we want to know what our kids are doing, what classes are they attending, and all of that, right? So when I moved to Raipur, it was a big shift, because Jagdalpur बहुत छोटी सी जगह है, and वहाँ पे भी हम एक ही English medium school था, Nirmal Vidyalaya, and I was studying there, and then I moved here, and we were told that we would join ISC pattern, because ICSC was like the future back then, and I'm talking about 1994. So I decided to give it my best shot, and I always had a lot of interest in reading. So I started pursuing a lot of reading. I love literature, so I would read Shakespeare and all of these things. I would get into drama in school. I was not academically brilliant student, but I was an overall like all-rounder, you know. I would like sports, I would get into elocutions, I would do extempore, I would study also. I was always a 68, 70, 75% sort of a person, but I was always trying to do everything in school. So when I got done with my schooling, I passed out from St. Xavier's High School, and I decided I wanted to go out. But for some odd reason, we were two brothers, and my brother was already in Bangalore studying. And my mom said, "हम दोनों बच्चों को साथ में बाहर नहीं भेजेंगे." You know, we want, you know, very old school mindset. And they still wanted, because my brother was doing BCom and an MBA, they wanted एक बच्चा तो engineer होना चाहिए. You know, this was a very typical Indian mindset. I think it still is that. But I hated studying, and, you know, I knew that engineering is a lot of studying, and I told them I didn't even sit for any entrance exams. ये जो AIEEE और जो मुझे नाम भी याद नहीं है, you know, I never studied any of that. I didn't even sit for any of the exams, and I told them I will do what I feel like doing. And I went to Bombay. I did my training for a couple of months. I did an entrance exam, and I got through Jai Hind College, which is one of the best colleges for BMS, Business Management Studies, and after I got through, I had to pay the fees, and then my mom said, there's a family wedding, why don't you come up to Bombay, chale jana hai 3 saal ke liye, to aap ek baar aa jao. And they called me. There was actually a wedding. They were not lying, but they never let me go back. They never paid for the fees. They were like, isko to engineering karani hai. Then my dad called somebody, Shankara College in Bhilai. They paid like a lot of donation. It's a very wrong thing to say and tell everybody, because I had done no examination. I was not even eligible to be going to the college, but they said, isko to karana hai. They paid the money. I went for a week, and I think it was my 3rd day in college, and I asked somebody, where's the restroom here? And I think Shankara mein bahut हर जगह से बच्चे आते हैं, कुछ शायद और बहुत छोटे शहरों से भी आए होंगे. एंड दे सेड अच्छा आप रेस्ट रूम, आप प्रिंसिपल ऑफिस के बाहर जाइए, वहाँ कुछ चेयर्स लगी हुई हैं, आप वहाँ जाके रेस्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड that's somehow just kind of disturbed me a little bit. I said this can't be my future for the next 4 years because I had big dreams. I wanted to do more and I didn't want to be an engineer. And it was like a very Three Idiots sort of a story, you know, where your father wants you to be an engineer and he wants to be a photographer. And I said, I'm not going to give in to this, you know. I told Dad, and you know, at times, why I'm telling you this story, a lot of times we feel कि mom dad को खुश करने के लिए चलो कर लेते हैं, you know. But I wasn't ready to suffer for 4 years and make my life miserable. ये वो 4 शायद 6 साल भी हो जाते because मैं पास ही नहीं हो पाता शायद, you know. And I was like, I don't want to waste my life and go back and regret it. And you know, also when you read a lot of books, you're traveling the world through books. Today if I'm reading a Haruki Murakami, he's a Japanese writer. Reading his books, I feel I'm sitting in Japan, I'm sitting in the bullet trains. इसलिए मुझे लगता है reading is so important. I had become a little confident about life. I had a vision about things. Sitting in a city like Raipur, अब तो हम रायपुर को almost metro कह सकते हैं, but I think I passed out in 2003 from my school. तब तो रायपुर बहुत ही मतलब it was still like just coming up as a big city. तो उस समय भी मुझे लगा कि I didn't want to be just a Raipur kid. I wanted to go out. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to explore new things. तो मैंने कहा ये शंकरा वाला सीन तो मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा and I'm going to fight for this. And I had lost my seat in Jai Hind by then because Jai Hind में तो fight हो रही होती है. You know, there are only 30-40 seats and I was very lucky. I got it on merit because you know, when you work hard, you can achieve anything, I feel. I was always a 72. मेरा highest, I think, आज तक 81% आया होगा school में. So I wasn't a really, like, in the top 10 students of the class, you know. But I worked very hard because I wanted this dream to happen. I wanted to be a Bombay child. I wanted to study there. And I got through one of the best colleges by getting great scores. So मेरी सीट भी चली गई तो पापा ने कहा अब क्या करना है, तो ऑब्वियसली वो टिपिकल बहुत लड़ाई हो रही थी घर पे कैसे. एंड दे सेड अच्छा अभी तो आप मैथ्स यूनिवर्सिटी एक खुली थी तब, नहीं यहाँ पे, वहाँ एसी क्लासरूम्स थे, एसी सब कुछ था. मैंने कहा चलो कुछ नहीं तो यही कर लेते हैं अभी. एंड आई जॉइंड. आई वाज एंजॉयिंग कॉलेज बिकॉज आई लुक्ड अ सर्टेन वे. और अभी भी शायद पता नहीं बहुत सारे लोग इंग्लिश में बात नहीं करते हैं, अब तो मेरी भी आदत बड़ी हिंदी हो गई है यहाँ पे. बट आई यूज्ड टू टॉक अ लॉट इन इंग्लिश. तो पीपल यूज्ड टू थिंक दैट आई एम ट्राइंग टू बी देयर, ये तो बहुत कूल बनने की कोशिश कर रहा है. बट दैट वाज जस्ट माय वे ऑफ लाइक बिकॉज आई यूज्ड टू रीड अ टॉप ऑफ इंग्लिश. आई लव लिटरेचर. So I anyways was a little popular in college if I may say, and you know, और उस समय बहुत बाहर से भी लोग आ रहे थे. A lot of these good looking girls will come and talk to me and all of that. So it was a very good, मुझे बड़ा वो हीरो वाला फील आ रहा था फर्स्ट ईयर रायपुर में. एंड सडनली आई थिंक ये उस समय यूनिवर्सिटीज़, डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज़ का बहुत सिचुएशन चल रहा था. एंड वी हर्ड दैट मैथ्स यूनिवर्सिटी को उसका वो नहीं मिल रहा है रिकग्निशन, एंड इट वाज गोइंग अंडर रविशंकर यूनिवर्सिटी. तो मैंने कहा माई लाइफ इज जस्ट नॉट सेटलिंग डाउन. And I didn't want to be a pass out of Ravi Shankar University. And no offense, it's great. I have some of my friends जिन्होंने Ravi Shankar University से graduation किया है, post graduation किया है. आज वो US में they are earning I think in 7 digits. Like they have packages more than a crore. So you know उस समय की जो वो बच्चा बुद्धि आप बोल सकते हैं कि यार रायपुर को आप हल्के में लेते हो और यहाँ की यूनिवर्सिटी से आप कैसे पास आउट करोगे. You want to be, you know, I'm from Bombay University, I'm from like you know Karnataka University, Bangalore University. तो आई डिसाइडेड कुछ भी हो जाए मैं रायपुर में तो नहीं पढ़ूंगा अब, यू नो, बिकॉज मेरे को एक और रीज़न मिल गया घर पे बोलने के लिए अब तो देखो ये तो रायपुर की यूनिवर्सिटी बन गई है. आई डोंट वांट टू स्टडी इन मैथ्स. एंड फॉर सम ऑड रीज़न आई वाज ब्रिलियंट इन कॉलेज. आई वाज डूइंग रियली वेल. आई रियलाइज कि शायद मैं इंटेलिजेंट था बट मैं मेहनत नहीं करता था. सो आई वाज टॉपिंग इन ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स. आई ऑलमोस्ट वाज इन द टॉप 3 in the first semester, and in the second semester I topped the college. And all the professors really loved what I was doing. So one of the deans from this college said, I'm going to try and fix you because you're a bright student and I see a good future in you. And I think I might have been the only student from Maths University that somehow managed to get into another university and didn't have to repeat the first year. Because मेरे जितने भी friends थे जो मेरे साथ थे BBM में first year में, some went to Pune, some went to Bombay, some went to like I think Delhi also, Hyderabad भी गए कुछ, but सबको first year repeat करना पड़ा because हमारी degree somehow wasn't valid. And I waited and they gave me a conditions applied admission on third semester. And I think 6-8 महीने बाद मुझे मेरी first और second semester की पंडित रविशंकर यूनिवर्सिटी से मिल गई degrees. So I was lucky because I was still like a nobody. Papers पे भी I was not there in third semester. But somehow God was kind. I was at the right place at the right time. And I still remember Yashwant sir and Chandrasekhar sir from Maths University really helped me. I moved to Bangalore. I stayed in one of their houses, like with their mom for almost 3 weeks till I settled in. So, कई बार when you really given your 100% और आपको कुछ बहुत मतलब मन से चाहिए ना, वो आपके पास आ ही जाता है. So, and I think one thing led to another. Gates kept opening. और बैंगलोर जाने के बाद माई लाइफ कम्प्लीटली चेंज, बिकॉज आई थिंक कई बार आप वो थोड़ी सी वो आग से लग रही होती है, फिर आप ऐसे वो उसको हवा कर देते हो ना, इट बिकम्स लाइक अ बिग फायर. सो आई थिंक आई गॉट विंग्स, आई गॉट द air beneath my wings and I started flying in Bangalore because I felt वहाँ पे you met people from all over the country. There were students who had come from small cities, there were people who had come from cities like Raipur, Bangalore, Chandigarh, Delhi, Calcutta, everywhere. So it was like a global community, you know. And I was doing BVM there, and up to Raipur has become very cool is a silly word to use, but it's become a lot more cosmopolitan, I feel, you know. But हमारे टाइम पे अगर हम थोड़ी इंग्लिश में ही बात कर लें तो it felt like, you know, कि you are like the coolest kid on the block. But जब आप अब वो कुएं की मेंढक वाली टेम्परामेंट से बाहर निकलती हो, you realize you're a nobody. You're absolutely nobody, and that's what I think gave me a sort of a clarity that you can never be good enough, you can never be popular enough, you can never be successful enough, because there'll always be somebody better than you. And I think the day you realize, because कई बार, you know, team में भी होता है, you know, you start feeling मेरे number सबसे ज़्यादा हैं, I'm achieving more targets, you know, you start feeling like boss मेरी तारीफ ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं, because I also have a team of 23 people, like it's not a big team like yours, but I have 23 people who work under me. And I realized that कई बार आप कोई जो consistently बहुत अच्छा perform कर रहा है, after a point, if you don't give them a reality check, they become a little stagnant, you know. उनको लगने लगता है कि this is it. उनको, you have to understand your potential cannot be what you think is the best right now. There's always scope for you to be better and become bigger and, you know, be more successful and perform in a more efficient manner. So Bangalore happened, and after I graduated, I again somehow I've always liked taking the road less traveled, you know. बहुत सब कह रहे थे, because I was again a bright student, because शायद मेरे को वो मेरी calling भी मिल गई थी. I liked commerce, I liked marketing, I liked business management, so I was performing really well, and I was in one of the more popular college kids, and college placements हो रहे थे, and we had ITC coming in, we had PNG coming in, and you know, I was clear. मुझे ये तो समझ आ गया था, I'm a people's person. I love talking like how I'm talking right now. But I loved marketing. I loved thinking of creative ideas. I loved how to I'm not good at number crunching, and I think AZRA has grown so much after I got my wife, you know, because she's, I think, the finance head, and she's so good with you know, making future plans and, you know, having sort of a growth plan. So I think in a team similarly, I think you all are a team of 100 people. You all do number crunching for a living. I think you all teach the whole industry how to read numbers. So for me, I was clear I wanted to do something that was more creative, and I wanted to do something that was more to do with PR, because public relations is all about people, and I love people, and I love talking to new people and learning from them and hearing their stories, and I wanted to do marketing. So I was clear I'm not going to sit through a Procter & Gamble and ITC, because ITC में they would maybe tell me, you know, जाके आप classic miles की sales बढ़ाओ, या, you know, you have to do sanitary pads, or you have to do ये जो साबुन है, या, you know, I was like, this is going to be very sales driven, very target driven, and I didn't want to just become a corporate slave, if I may use the word. This is again, I felt back then, but I feel if I had joined one of the big companies, I might have been at a different place today. But I think destiny plays a really big role. आज की डेट में हम जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, there's a big reason for it, you know. हो सकता है you were thinking you wanted to be in Delhi or in Hyderabad or in Nagpur or maybe in Dhamtri if somebody's from Bhilai and you never wanted to leave. But today if you're sitting in Steelman's office in Raipur, there is a bigger plan for you. So I just feel you have to really trust the process. You know, कई बार my dad was like, why are you not sitting through the college placement? You have got exactly what you needed. People are saying you'll get the best job. Why are you not sitting through it? But I was like, I want to explore a little more. Almost all my batchmates had placements. Some went to KPMG, some went to Goldman Sachs, you know. Everybody was, and it was a great college. I was from Center for Management Studies, so वहाँ पे getting admission wasn't easy. And it's the #1 college for business management. So obviously वहाँ पे the quality of students was good. So, you know, there was a lot of competition. So everybody who got placed was exceptionally good. So their salaries were in 4 digits, some even got 5 digits. So, you know, in that 21 years of age, when you're getting a package of 8, 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs, it's a great feeling. And I decided not to do the placements. It was not कि मेरे को rebel attitude है, but I was like, I want to maybe find a different way of getting a good job. And I had made a lot of connections. हमने बड़ी internships की थी college में, so I started talking to them. I'm graduating in 2-3 months. You know, I would like to figure out what I want to do, and I wanted to get into the field of marketing, and sales kind of overshadowed because I felt I learned a lot, because that's where I realized कि मेरे को मेरा potential पता था, मेरे को यहीं पे career build करना है. And I had a lot of contacts in Ogilvy, ये जो उसमें Vodafone का ये जो Zuzu वाले ads आए हुए थे ना, so हमारे college से ही कोई एक senior थे हमारे who was heading this main project. So we used to learn a lot from them. Ogilvy में I had done a sort of an internship, and I was very keen to get into a marketing agency. But then that guy of mine told me, senior कि यहाँ पे मतलब you have to work 20-22 hours a day, and they pay you peanuts 8-10 months, and you do not have what it takes to be a media guy. So I was like, when he's so confidently telling me कि ये आपके लिए नहीं बना है, तो I said I'm not going to do it. He said other side to this industry is you get into client servicing, where you will still be servicing clients like Vodafone and Titan and ITC and PNG, but planning their marketing, their campaigns, and you know how to do outdoor. So that kind of intrigued me, and I back then applied to a company called NextGen, which the newspaper, one of the biggest Hindi dailies. They have an outdoor division. I applied for an interview, and I got selected, and my salary was 12,000, and my package was 1.44, and my best friend's package was 9.5 lakhs, and my dad was like, what the hell is going on? तुम 1.5 lakh की salary, मतलब तुम्हारा rent भी नहीं निकलेगा इसमें. You have my fees that time was 2.5 lakhs per year in college. He's like, why have you done this? But you're not even like finding a way to recover your basic expenses, and this is not what he said. It's a very wrong decision. And I worked in that company for 10 months. I learned so much, because you know, when you go into a big company and you start from a very ground level, they make you do things like अच्छा आप नीचे से Xerox करा के ले आओ. And I was like, what have I signed up for, you know? I was in Barton Center, which was my office was in the top floor. I loved the vibe, you know, because it's a fancy looking building. You take the lift and there are everybody in formals. Up to I don't care, I dress like this. Today also I thought, you know, you've invited me as a keynote speaker. Should I dress in like a proper formal and maybe look a little more formal? I said, I don't want to live a lie. You will see me in the fashion week. You will see me at a wedding. You will see me. I am my authentic self, you know. People might, up to people don't bat an eyelid, but earlier when I moved to Raipur in 2011, I would still wear my shorts, and I had long hair back then. और तो आगे भी बड़े सारे बाल थे, अब तो कुछ नहीं बचा है. So you know, I would walk into a mall and I would see people staring at me, because पता नहीं रायपुर अब वही हम कह रहे हैं, you are at a very good place. अब तो it's become like a mini metro, you know. But back then, just to even be yourself was, and even for a guy I'm saying, imagine if a girl had to wear shorts and walk in the mall, it'll be like crazy. So I've always liked to be my authentic self. Today I said I love colors. I'm going to still dress up how I go to work and meet you guys, because I wanted you all to meet the real me, you know. I could have worn like a grey pant and a white shirt and look all classy, but I was like, that's not me. So I'm going to just meet you the way I am. So then I worked in that company for 10 months and I was doing really well. I had Titan and Tanishq as one of my main clients, and they were very happy. जिस तरह के campaigns मैं उनके लिए design कर रहा था, because उनका क्या था, वो hoardings ले लेते थे, या ये जो bus stops होते हैं उनके ऊपर जो hoardings, मतलब they were doing very typical things. I started finding creative ways to find a new niche कि वो कैसे अपना नया product place कर सकते हैं. And my ideas were really valued. Tanishq started loving me. They started trying to tell me why don't you come and join my company, and they wanted to poach me. But I was like, you know, I don't want to get into the whole retail side, because it's very typical. You'll meet a client, आपके sales target होंगे X, Y, Z. And Reliance decided to get into the outdoor space that time. And from getting 12,000 per month, they offered me 56,000 per month, because they had heard that I'm one of the best performers in the company. And my immediate boss was my like mentor, my best friend and everything. She said, Sahil, you're exceptionally good, but I can't pay you the salary they are paying. Just go. Because she said, I would never want you to go, but you go and give me another year, I'll call you back and give you a bigger salary. I was like, I love this circus. I'm being traded in the market and they are saying, aap wahan chale jao. But it is a story that I haven't heard from too many people. It is not something that happens to everybody. I think I was just lucky to be at the right place at the right time, and I think times have changed. You know, now I think loyalty pays you so much more than this. I danced around 2-3 companies for a year, and within 3 months, I realized I enjoyed that company more. But by then, I had decided I didn't want to do client servicing at all. So in 1 year, I had shifted 3 jobs, and I had been consistently getting promoted. I was very happy with the paycheck I was getting, but I wasn't satisfied because I felt I'm still not finding my soul dancing at what I do, you know. I wasn't very happy with what was happening. And then I used to, it's so funny, I now find it like a movie script, you know. I used to sit every morning, and wo jo classified ads aate hain, I would look at ads, you know, ki kahan pe koi opening hai, and most of the ads were so dumb, you know, looking at IT, because Bangalore is an IT hub, all the jobs were IT opening, and I was like, meko to kuch pata hi nahi IT ke bare mein, I want marketing and sales. There was a US based gym up Snap Fitness, you must have heard of it. Raipur mein bhi khula tha wo kuch time pehle. They were opening their head office in Bangalore, and they were looking for a marketing head and a PR head sort of a person. I was 22 and I decided to go for the interview, and I entered. There was some guy from US sitting there, and I decided to, of course, I told them I've changed 3 jobs, and they asked why. I said, of course, because I felt I wanted to get the money and I wanted to keep growing in the corporate, and I wanted to find the right job that makes me happy. And I'm being honest with you, I've still not found the right job. That's why I'm here for the 4th interview in 15 months. And they took 2-3 rounds of interview and whatever happened, and they loved what I had done in the past. They loved my profile, they loved my ideas, they loved what I had done for a brand like Tanishq and how I had made their bigger stores launch very successful. And they kept me hanging for 2 months, and 2 months later I got a job appointment from them, and I was appointed as the Associate Marketing and PR Head All India at the age of 22 with a salary of 5 figures, you know. And I was like, this seems like this is my calling, because I knew meko PR marketing mein hi jana tha, and I was working very hard towards it, you know. Hamara job timing was 9 to 6, but I would be at my office from 9 to 9 at times because I wanted to think of more ideas. And us samay, we used to Google a lot of things, you know, up to, you know, everything is on your phone, but I would sit and think of ideas, read what other big companies had done outside, what marketing campaigns were popular. You know, I kept reading a lot, kept enhancing my knowledge about how to be better at marketing, you know. When Snap Fitness happened, I think that just changed my life completely, because they made me a boss of what I was doing, because the entire head office was sitting in the US and I would be working on different timings with them. They suddenly at the age of 22 told me to start hiring people, and I had no idea what to do. And you know, I made my mistakes and I made some terrific decisions also. Mistakes were few, the good decisions were great. And I think with companies like you, I would say, you know, I am still so amazed that I'm sitting here with about 50 odd people and talking about my life journey, because this is what those companies did to us. And I think you're bringing a culture. I don't think I'm sitting in Raipur, honestly, because you guys are so lucky, because it could be so typical. Today is a Saturday, aapko lag raha hoga kyun subah 10 baje bula liya. But you know, I would be happy to listen to somebody who is sharing real life stories, because I've listened to Anand Bhaiya, I've listened to so many people that I'm good friends with now, but आप जब किसी की real life journey सुनते हो ना, you start relating, यार मेरे साथ भी तो हो रहा है ये, you know, I can also make this better, I can make it big. You can maybe learn from my mistakes, or maybe I can learn something from yours, and you know, we just make life big. So when Snap Fitness happened, a lot changed. I started, and that's the day I decided, after I was in Snap Fitness for about a year and a half, I had almost interviewed about 40 odd MBAs, and I was just a graduate. And that's when I decided maybe degree is very, very important, but if you're really learning on the job and you're really good at what you're doing, I think degree just becomes a piece of paper. I'm still a huge advocate that you should study as much as you can. I yesterday had a friend of mine become a doctor because she finished a PhD. So कई लोग होते हैं बहुत amazingly पागल, you know, बहुत talented भी होते हैं, उनको बड़ा मजा आता है पढ़ाई करने में. I am just a business management graduate. I could never go back to doing my MBA because honestly, I don't miss it because I never felt the need. But a lot of my friends who have done MBA are working with Coke now, or they are in the US, or they are working with some really big giants, making a lot of money, and it's worked for them. Degrees have really worked for them. वो auto filter हो जाता है. If you go to a good college, you automatically get placed to a good company. एक good company में place होने के बाद आपका network वैसा बन जाता है. Then you keep getting more opportunities, right? So I think it's a very individual choice to make what you want to do in terms of your education. I'm assuming all of you have done something in finance background, because नहीं तो आप यहाँ बैठे नहीं होते. I'm assuming. So I think hard work is what has really worked for me, and smart work has really worked for me. One more thing that's really worked for me that I think most people don't pay attention to is being nice, being honest, and being available. You know, a lot of people in Bangalore had issues talking very fluently in English because they came from smaller towns in Karnataka and they had a very heavy accent in South Indian, and we were working as a US based firm, you know. So they would feel very conscious to come on those Google calls and all of that, and you know, I really would put a hand on their shoulder, and they were maybe 40, some were like maybe almost my father's age, but and you know, at times जब आप इतने छोटे होते हो ना और आप इतने बड़ी पोजीशन पे होते हो, you are taken for granted कि इसको क्या पता, ये तो बच्चा है, ये कैसे खाएगा. So you have to really become like a child in front of people who are 45 when you are 22, or become like a friend when somebody is at 28, and you know, you have to really find a way to connect with your team. आज की डेट में you all of you are working as a big team, I feel, right? So I just feel one thing that I've always detested, आज की डेट में भी at AZRA we have about 23 people working. It's a small company, but we have a big team that works under me. I have made it very clear that I will not tolerate any sort of leg pulling for anybody. I hate the idea of office politics. I hate people trying to put other people down to come on top, you know. And I think that's one thing that is so important when your company, especially as big as a size like yours, because आप जब तक एक दूसरे के साथ as a team काम नहीं करोगे ना, I think you are not going to grow together as a team. And only when the team grows, the company grows, and only when the company grows, the team grows. You know, it's such a give and take. So all of you, I'm sure, have your personal goals and your professional goals. If you're not going to be honest at your job every day, it's not going to work. I tell my team there are days we do 1 crore a month, there are days we only do 40-50 lakhs, you know, and I'm like, I don't really sit on that ki is mahine itna kam kyun hua hai, you know. It's taken us 10-11 years to become what we are. We are the largest footprint in Central India. We work with brands like Sabyasachi, Manish Malhotra, Anamika Khanna, and you know, my dad still thinks we are robbers. Like, he thinks that you're selling a lehenga for 8 lakhs. I wouldn't even buy a car for 8 lakhs at times, he says. But I'm just saying this world is, would call them, give them a 1-year free membership, do a lot of fun things. Just started experimenting ideas that were not very conventional, not very typical. So you know, to me it's really worked, and it came to me very naturally. अब मुझे आपकी इंडस्ट्री का नहीं पता कि how do you get creative in your field, but I just feel if you start finding ways to become creative in what you do, you start enjoying your job so much more, you know. I never for a day felt I was working as an employee in Snap Fitness, because I took it as my gym. I took the targets as mine. I told my team, you know, that because everybody grows. When your company does well, if they are doing well, they'll make sure you do well. You get benefits, you get whatever perks you get out of it, you know. But then after 4.5 years, I got a little saturated. I got a little bored because it became very monotonous for me, you know. And I was like, what next now? And coming from a business family, I did have that itch that I want to do something on my own. I don't want to be an employee to somebody else. And I decided to, one thing was very clear, I didn't want to move back to Raipur. So I kept doing anything I could to keep out of Raipur, you know, because to me, Raipur still felt like a little village that I had grown up in. And वो नो नए शहर की हवा लग जाती है. Bangalore is still, I think, my heart stays in Bangalore. It's one of the coolest cities that it is, you know. I didn't want to move back to Raipur at all. So I started our own company called Dotted Eye, which still is doing really well. We were into creative conceptualizing of theme-based events, you know. I would do brand launches, I would do, I even started doing, you know, like even if it's a really high-end birthday party or like someone's 25th anniversary or a 40th birthday, I wanted to only do things that were theme-based, you know, because I sensed there was a lot of money in it. And it started doing really well. And I started building my own team, and you know, we started designing these products, we started doing shot glasses, we started doing these card parties, we started sourcing things from China, and I felt I had found my calling again, and I started doing even better than the job I was at. And one Diwali I was here in 2010, I think. And I told my mom that I was staying in a beautiful house, and I was like, I love this house, I know the owners really well, I think I'm going to speak to them if I can buy it. And something changed in her, you know, she's like, ये वापस नहीं आने वाला, ये तो घर खरीदने की बात कर रहा है. And since 2010 November, I was back in 2011 May, my mom would call me every day and cry and like, इसलिए थोड़ा आपको भेजा था बाहर, I want you to come back and stay with us. And we're very close-knit, loving family, you know. And she was like, you party so much, I don't like this and that, all of that. So 5 months of consistent emotional drama of a typical Punjabi mom made me throw everything I'd built for 10 years in Bangalore overnight, and I moved back. And you know, I was so angry, but I did this for the love of, you know, we all love our mothers. I think we all have done things we wouldn't do for anybody else. I was like, and my friends were shocked what I'm doing because I was doing so well for myself. And I had opened this company with a friend of mine. And I told her, you know, you manage it for 6 months. And in 6 months, I told her I can't come back. Just take everything. I was so angry. 2011 May I moved back, and 2012 November is when I started AZRA, you know. So that 1.5 years of being angry and wanting to do something and some soul searching, ki kya karna hai, what do I want to do? I want to again, because I knew I've made a blunder. At least back then I felt, you know, that I've made a huge mistake. There's no going back to a life I had built. And my dad said कि cold store आके बैठ जाओ, and वहाँ पे you know हम वो इमली रखते हैं और महुआ रखते हैं, you know, and I was like ये तो मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा. Suddenly I'm sitting in these AC offices of doing Zoom calls with the US office, and you're telling them what's your budget, tell me what party you want us to organize. I had to go and sit where there were boras kept, and you know I can smell haldi, and I was like मेरे से तो नहीं होगा भाई. And you know it's a lot of money, it's a very secure business. I had to go to the cold storage for 2 months, and then he said चलो तुम ज़मीनें देखने चलो मेरे साथ. You know, there was no challenge in it. You know, you just buy up property, you see अच्छा आज ये इतने की खरीदी है, इसमें इतना बच रहा है, चलो बेच देते हैं. I was like, I can't do this. This is not the life I signed up for. And that's what I ran away from, you know, back. I didn't want to be in Shankara College back then. So I told my dad, कुछ भी हो जाए, I'm not going to join you. You know, I know you can take care of, it's a very settled business. I don't want to be a rich man's kid, you know, and कि चलो पापा के business में जाके बैठ गए. And I'd made a few savings. So I'd done fairly all right for myself. I said, I'm going to do something on my own. And, you know, वो अभी जैसे कोरोना खत्म हुआ था, how many of you did revenge shopping? Did you all do that?
What shopping?
Revenge shopping. You know, क्योंकि एक साल सब घर पे लॉक थे, किसने कुछ नहीं किया, कपड़े नहीं खरीद रहे, कुछ नहीं खरीद रहे. This was a big concept, at least in our industry. Revenge shopping, सब, you know, online भर के लोग अब. None of you did that? Yeah, बहुत finance background. See, they all really know how to tackle their money. So, you know, so revenge shopping was so big in India. Suddenly when the malls opened, LV had queues lined up and Gucci had queues lined up. They were not letting people in, and you had to wait to get into the showroom for days, you know, that sort of a thing. People were so angry of being, and people who like to shop, they were like, you know, अब तो कुछ भले घर पे पहनना है, घर पे ही बैठेंगे, लेकिन हम कपड़े तो खरीदेंगे, you know. So when I moved back to Raipur, I was in a revenge mode, you know. I was like, I'm going to go and shop and feel better and pamper myself and blow all the money I have saved and be very stupid. And I realized that my brother in that time he was dating somebody in Bombay, and he decided to get married. And they got married in 2012 June, and I obviously got a mission, you know. I was like, I'm going to fix this. I loved events. I said, I'm going to style their entire wedding, and I made my mom, you know, go crazy. And she's somebody who will live in Fab India. If you come home right now, she'll be wearing my dad's jockey t-shirt and, you know, chilling. She's like a typical Punjabi mom. She doesn't care. I think she was born as a man, but she just doesn't care. She would never go to a salon. She'll never do her eyebrows. She's like, you know, I don't care. You know, Punjabi moms are very crazy that way. So I made sure she's wearing a Anamika Khanna and a Sabyasachi, and my dad is like, what the hell is this guy doing? Tu वापस से चला जा Bangalore, you know. They were like, why are you being this? This is not what we are. And you know, this is not the culture Punjabis have. But I was in that mode that, you know, I want to just make everybody miserable because they made me miserable by calling me back. And surprisingly, my family said yes to everything I was doing, and I realized your family loves you so much. They want to give in to your nonsense also because they want you to be happy. And they were trying to do everything to make sure they can bring me back to the family that is home, you know. But in all this chaos, one great thing happened. AZRA was born because of this madness, you know. I realized a modest family like me that is not into designer wear or into crazy brands or mad spending, when a child can bully and arm twist their old school, rigid, kanjoos father to buy a Sabyasachi for his wife, people do that a lot as a culture in communities like Agrawals love to have weddings larger than life, and you know, Sardars love to spend a lot on weddings. There are some communities in India that really indulge, and I sense that gap in this madness of getting my brother married, you know. And incidentally, he was getting married to a Marwadi Agrawal girl, and I saw the madness that that culture also brings, you know, on the table. And I really enjoyed it. And I was like, when a family like mine can go to Delhi and Bombay 4 times in 3 months to buy designer clothes, imagine people who really like to wear designer clothes. And I saw there was nothing like what I was wanting to bring. I said, I'm going to bring a multi-designer store to Raipur. And in civil lines now it's become like the high street of Raipur, but back then there was a mosque and there was this old house that we bought on rent, and then there was nothing. There were just a lot of these old 80-year-old houses on Daga Road, and everyone's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? When we opened that door, it was typical जाले लगे हुए हैं, बहुत इतनी वो 20 inches की दीवारें हैं, because वो I think बहुत 80-100 साल पुराना घर है. I said I want to open my store here. It's got a nice feel. हमने 2 rooms से वो start किया. It strangely picked up a little well. फिर 3 महीने तो बड़ा अच्छा चला, because हमने November में खोला था, शादियों का season था. उसके बाद it wasn't doing well at all. And then I was like, I kept traveling, I kept going to fashion weeks, I kept taking chances. I said, I have my investment, I'm going to blow all my savings. I didn't take any money from dad. Slowly things started picking up. And after the first year, I realized people started talking about us. We started getting bigger designers. We started taking chances. I got a Tarun Tehlani. I don't know how I had the confidence to do it. But slowly I started meeting all the right people. I started knowing all the families that used to spend on good clothes. They hated what we did. They started giving us genuine feedback. They said, "ये आप क्या कचरा लेके आए हो? तो कभी कोई नहीं खरीदेगा." And हम तो खरीद चुके थे तब तक. और तो I made a lot of mistakes and I learned from it. I blew a lot of money first 2 years. But I realized this is my calling. I love doing this. I love retail. And I was meeting some amazing people in the process, I was meeting people who were very accomplished. They were rich, they were powerful, they were hardworking, they had vision, they were running great industries. I felt I'm learning so much by just even talking to them. For today, I have to go and meet, let's say, Pankaj Chadha or anybody. They are so busy, but today I'm just a call away from meeting anybody in the state or the city I want, be it a politician, be it anybody, because of my work. I've met people who are very, very successful, very, very hardworking, and it's only made me cross paths with them because I worked as hard as them. Maybe I don't run a steel plant or a rolling mill, but I know everybody on my fast dial. I am in touch with them on a personal level because I've been very honest with my work. I worked very, very hard. I have given it my 200%. I worked 20 hours a day when I had to, because I wanted to bring a concept to Raipur, just like you guys are trying to do something. We were talking briefly in the room. You're still, I think, here before the market has really been ready for what you guys do. But I think that's what the real success is, I think another couple of years, when this whole industry becomes a little more organized, when a concept like yours is a little more popular, like how it is in other parts of the world, I think you guys will be like the boss of the boss, So I think at times for you to take a road less traveled is what exactly is the success for Mantra, because आप जब सब जो कर रहे हैं आप वही करते रहोगे तो I think you will not really stand out in what you're doing. And also if you have a lot of soul in your efforts, I think it becomes easy to kind of become a success story. And I don't know, I think I've spoken a lot and more than I should have maybe, But I think today also, I think 2012 to 2023, this is our 11th year, we're going to be turning 11 years old on the 4th of November. I think we just changed the whole footprint of the industry, because there are 8 stores in Raipur now. And it is a lot of hard work. Every day is a new day for us, because the day we start feeling we are the best, we are number one, I think it is going to be the beginning of our end, because everybody is trying to. Raipur mein ek aur bada culture hai. I think somebody says one good thing, everybody wants to copy it. I'm not sure if you have a lot of competitors in your industry now. I'm sure there would be, because you guys are doing some great work, but we opened a store, 2 years later another store opened, then one more store opened. Every year there's a store that has opened, and everybody is trying to exactly do what you're doing, getting the same designers we work with, trying to do similar concepts like whatever marketing gimmicks we have had. So I've realized, you have to constantly, and competition is great, I feel, I think it's made me work so much harder, become a bigger workaholic, because I know the only key to success is being consistent and outdoing your own self. You have to make sure if you did better this month, it should be even better the next month. If last financial year was okay, this should be good. Next should be better. The one after that should be even better. So, similarly for you guys, you all should have your individual growth plan with the company. You should know if you're performing at this level, it should go to this and then this and then this. And it looks like a very open company to me, I don't think you have to wait to go to your bosses. You don't even act like a boss. I think you're such a cool looking guy wearing denims and a black shirt on a Saturday. I think that's exactly the vibe I have in my store, And in my store, since I've gotten married, I think it's become a ritual. My wife and And unfortunately, we are a very female-dominated company because we are into business. Here I see the ratio is very even, which is very inspiring. So, they have these Pani Puri parties and Pav Bhaji parties. Someone's done 2 lakhs in a day and they want to treat everybody. So, there's so much of a feel-good in the company. Everybody is enjoying and celebrating each other's success, And if, for example, a team member is not doing well, I've seen people saying, you take this sale, We don't have any individual targets. We don't have any incentives that's only for this person. Everything is team-driven. And I've always kept it like that because, otherwise it eventually becomes like a rat race in the company. And I don't know how this structure works, but I just feel if you work as a team, nothing is more beautiful. And I think you grow so much as a company. And I think it's important to appreciate each other. It really is. Can I have 4 people just volunteer for a quick, small 2 set? It's nothing embarrassing. I need 4 people to just come in the front if whoever can. This also, ये जो हम इतना सोच रहे हैं ना मेरे साथ भी होता है, this is a lot of ego. It's not ego in a bad way. We all are so conscious कि what will they ask, कि साहिल क्या पूछ लेगा, हम क्या बोलेंगे. Why, yaar? I think it's just making a fool of yourself and laughing at yourself with everybody else is so much fun. I'm telling you, like my son is just 3.5 years old. Like, how kids are, he's running all the time, he's falling. Every time he falls, I just laugh for like 2 minutes. And they fall really funny because he'll suddenly he's just flying like a frog in the air, And earlier I've seen so many other kids when they fall, they'll start crying and mama. But now my son, if he falls, he's just laughing. Even if he's alone, I've seen he's just laughing because you have to just normalize you failing in life, Because there are going to be times you're not going to be perfect. I've gone to Fashion Week looking like an idiot and I've seen somebody looking like a 10 on 10. It's made me feel silly, but then 2 drinks down, I'm like, fine, who cares? My work's going to talk for myself, So I'm just saying you have to just always be ready to volunteer because you learn so much when you do this, इतना ज्ञान देने के बाद कोई तो 4 लोग आ जाओ यार, please. Amazing. It's such a equal ratio. 2 girls, 2 guys. Awesome. Okay, now please stand in the front, no, whatever. If can I give them the mic? I think I'm loud enough, no? I think this mic is for you. Please. Okay, so I want each one of you to introduce yourself. I'll give you about 45 seconds to a minute, okay? आपको हिंदी, English, Chhattisgarhi, जिसमें भी करना है, but just a fun, honest introduction about you. ठीक है? It's the easiest you have to do. Okay? That's it. Mic ले लो ना, everybody can hear.
So I am B Bhavani and I'm from Milan, Chhattisgarh. This is the basic thing that we usually tell. I am a fun-loving, full of life girl, और I love eating a lot. और जिसके साथ साथ मुझे ये टेंशन भी लगी रहती है कि नहीं आई हैव टू पुट डाउन माई वेट और करियर ओरिएंटेड भी रहना है, सब कुछ मेंटेन करते हुए चलना है. आई हैव द फैमिली विद मी. उसके साथ साथ आई हैव टू ट्रैवल वर्ल्ड और आई हैव टू एंजॉय लाइक एनीथिंग. सो दिस इज अ शॉर्ट introduction about me.
Amazing.
Of who I am.
Amazing. Very nice.
Since Anshuman, few people know me as mostly late theater guy in the office.
I thought you'd say Harry Potter.
Not like that, but yeah, I feel like it is better to snatch some your time for yourself.
Oh, nice.
Before work and after work.
Very nice.
So there is no fault to be late in the office. But few things I want to add for myself is I'm from Puri, Odisha. So a lot of people think I am from other regions because of my talking style and something like not relevant to Odisha, I think. Because of my language barrier, I don't feel like speaking. So people might think I am an arrogant person, but not like that. I am a very extrovert person, but selective.
Oh, nice.
So this is my introduction, and my schooling is from Odisha basically, but like 4 to 5 years before I came to Raipur and started like a drastic change in my life. So I'm feeling like I born and bought here for a few years because I'm blending up myself so much in this community and especially in team.
How
I find it very
nice.
much easier than my earlier life.
Amazing. Wow. That's amazing.
My name is Raipurians. I'm from Madhya Pradesh. एंड मैंने एक चीज़ बताना चाहूँगा, आपने बताया था ना कि छोटी सिटी है, तो 2010 में डिसाइड कर लिया था कि रायपुर में जॉब करनी है। 2014 में मैंने रायपुर में जॉब ली।
Wow, that's amazing, very nice.
और एक चीज़ बताना चाहूँगा कि लाइफ जो है ना, लाइफ से बहुत टच में हूँ। लाइफ की छोटी छोटी बातें, माइंड, बॉडी, लैंग्वेज, रियलाइजेशन, सॉरी, इन छोटी छोटी चीज़ों में मैं कुछ कुछ लिखता रहता हूँ। तो बहुत उससे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है। और उससे अगर आपके साथ बड़ी टीम है, आपके मेंटर हैं, तो बहुत जो रिलेशनशिप है किसी के साथ बहुत जल्दी बहुत अच्छे से आप मैनेज कर सकते हो। जितना अच्छे से आप अपने खुद को जानते हो तो चीज़ें बहुत अच्छे से आसान हो।
Wow, very nice, amazing.
Hello everyone, my name is Sakshi, and I feel that I am the most clumsiest and also the organized girl who hates green color. I don't know why I'm loving this so much today. I don't know why I'm loving this so much today, but actually I hated green color till today.
I love it.
Sorry to say. And yeah, I've also done my BBA and MBA, and I'm still searching what can I add in my career.
ये देखो,
So after
very
that, I'm
good,
so inspired.
amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, now I just have, you all have to stay here once quickly, huh? Just 1 second. But guys, honestly, I have to tell you, you guys have such a great energy. I don't know if it's every day or it's me, I'm just kidding. But you guys are so good. Like, you know, I'm just saying, to hear about somebody, I said I'm a people's person. I would have loved to meet everybody personally because it is so important. Do you all know everybody really well in the team? I think it's a big team. It's difficult to say yes to that question, right? I don't think you will know everybody here, no? मतलब नाम से तो आप जानते होगे, but you know everybody like how you know her now. I know you, I feel, you know, that's the beauty of introducing yourself. कई बार क्या होता है ना, I don't know if you guys do ice breaking, but you really should. I am telling you, I have 23 people. I almost know almost everybody's favorite food and what is maybe their best hobby and stuff like that, you know. And I think for us as a team, it is so important to know, because now I know if I'll meet you, I will remember you're a foodie and you love to travel and you're a responsible girl. And I would know that you're a little conscious about your language, and I will remember that you're from Orissa, and I will remember you're an extrovert, and you better be selecting me also to be extrovert, right? So, you know, when you tell, hey, a lot of times I tell my team, I tell them when a client enters, you have to say, hi ma'am, how are you doing? And, you know, be very available when they say, I'm doing fine. And then, you know, you have to chat them up and say, you know, I like, and you know, the next thing I'm wanting to do with you is what I'm telling you. And I think you genuinely should make this a mandate in the company. I don't know if you guys are very formal or not, but it doesn't look like you guys are a very formal company. It is called the divine process, you know. You have to compliment your teammates often than not. You'll not believe it, it's a standing joke with my friends when, you know, it's today because we met and we didn't have too much time. I would have definitely found something nice about you, and because I just genuinely think it's easy to find great things about people, I would have complimented you and you in some way because it's very natural to me. A lot of people say, because I sell clothes, they say, yaar, tu to tareef karega, तेरे को seriously लेना चाहिए, तेरे को तो कपड़े बेचने हैं. And it used to offend me a lot earlier because I'm like, people in India are so not okay getting complimented, you know. Like if I'll say, you know, you have such a beautiful smile and you genuinely have such a warm personality, you're looking in my eyes and like smiling back, but some people will start just, you know, doing this and like looking down and like, you know, looking at their toes. They are just not comfortable people saying good things about them. And I think you know, if I'll say 2 good things about you, which I genuinely have observed, it just makes you feel better. It has made your day better. It has made me feel so good about making you feel good. It's such a nuclear reaction, you know. And I'm not sure if you guys come, like I enter the office, I genuinely say, my team now doesn't think I'm mad, but people used to think I'm mad. I'm like, good morning everybody, how you doing? Let's do this. And I'm like just entering and like being all like excited because I love making people happy. There are times I've seen my team, they've had a fight with a husband or mother-in-law screamed at them. I can see it on their face. I'll call them to the office. I'll say, just tell me what happened. They'll maybe want to cry 2 things. I'll hug them, have a coffee with them and just like, and say, you want to take a day off, you want to go for a movie. That's how you should be with your teammates, you know, because not every time it's possible. There are days you'll have to perform. He can't say, chalo movie chale jao. But I'm just saying, you know, it is everybody's responsibility to make, you know, because you don't know who's going through what, yeah. Like I also have some really tough days in my personal life and I don't want to bring that to work. but subconsciously does come to work, right? And if honestly Sakshi is looking bummed, it kind of becomes an auto responsibility for at least somebody who's sitting next to you. Be it a guy, be it a girl, you hate them, you don't hate them, just be kind. It's so important to be, I'm telling you, no one's left my company in 10 years because we are so much fun. It's so much fun, and it's not like we pay the biggest of the salaries, right? And every day I'm telling you, they get a call from the other 7 stores every single day. And they shamelessly come and tell me, sir, badhaoge kya, dekho phone aa raha hai. I'm like, no, I'll not. So, you know, but that's the kind of comfort and confidence we have. And they know they could get 5,000 extra if they go there, but they know so much more of value that we bring to their life and they bring to mine. So, you know, now what I want you guys to do is genuinely, if you can find 2 genuine compliments, not like, hey, I like your denims, that's such a dumb way to compliment somebody, you know, something that's a little more heartfelt, you know. Just take 2 minutes and you have to compliment each of them 2 good things and vice versa. Propose nahi karna, itna kya face bana rahe hai bhai. It's 2 nice things, just, and it's so easy to find 2 good things about each other, right? So, yeah. Whenever you're ready, the mic is yours.
Firstly, for Pavani, like I just like her vibe. Whenever she's in the room is really cheerful.
I agree.
Vibrant.
I feel it too.
And Anshu has a great sense of humor. though he seems like a bit of an introvert, but his sense of humor is excellent.
Amazing. Amazing.
And I haven't talked to him much since I'm in this company, but I genuinely feel he's a very good person.
Oh, nice. So honest, so nice. Amazing.
वानी का कम्युनिकेशन बहुत अच्छा है और जो एनर्जी है जिस एनर्जी से बोलती है मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है अंशुमन इज अ गुड डांसर आल्सो एंड एक्टिंग भी बहुत अच्छा करता है हमने परफॉर्म भी किया था लास्ट टाइम
अरे वाह अमेजिंग नेक्स्ट टाइम प्लीज कॉल मी फॉर योर एनुअल डे आई वांट टू बी देयर
सेम हम दोनों ज़्यादा इंटरेक्शन हुआ है पर सी इज गुड
such a nice give and take I think he's good I think she's good
So as Arvind sir, he is genuinely a team person, you can say. As he mentioned that we had a team performance, but he was the person who is coming in front and leading things and designing things. So it is very much into performance. So
did you design the flyer? Where were my hair?
he's basically from marketing, so he's
Amazing.
creative and
Very nice.
So I like his personality a lot.
Very good.
And about Sakshi, he's recently joined, so I am not familiar. But as you mentioned, like she is also very much comic kind of person. And
Oh, amazing. I think you guys have a lot of fun at work. Everyone's got a good sense of humor.
yes,
Amazing.
she's very devotional. That I also that is a good thing.
How nice.
And 20 people, it is a bit crazy, but it is fine.
Lovely. Very nice.
And about Bhavani, when I first saw her, it is like she will be not talking to people, but it is the complete opposite thing. And one more thing is she's bringing positive vibe to you when she's around you.
How nice.
Yeah, when you are having a stress mood, she'll be coming and she'll be like,
Amazing.
So firstly, thank you. सच में अच्छा लगता है सुन के.
Right? Yeah.
Give and take होना चाहिए. So talking with starting with Raghvendra sir. First time जब मैंने उनको देखा मुझे लगा कि वो टीम के ही मतलब he is new. But बाद में पता चला कि okay he is so old in this organization and he is so grounded.
Wow.
Like उनका behavior भी even जैसा आपने mention किया कि we can directly go to Dhruv sir or any other senior person in this company. So I felt that okay, if I am facing some or the other problem in my initial days, so I felt that okay, मैं राघवेंद्र sir को जाके बोल सकती हूँ. So
Oh, nice.
he's that kind of personality for Steelman and in front of me. So और talking about Anshuman, तो Anshuman तो मुझे लगा था कि okay, quiet type का है, but no, he is very fun loving और jokes वाला तो उसके jokes आते रहते हैं group में and he is very good in using the stickers like हम जो emojis use करते हैं he is very good at best person to use the emojis is Anshuman in Steelman.
Amazing.
So I like this thing about him, and I have seen him dancing. He's a very good dancer. His smile is good.
Wow, so nice. Thank you to bol de.
और साक्षी, we are in the same committee. साक्षी मुझे लगा तो बहुत quiet type की है, but she is quiet, but with people, like जिससे वो बहुत अच्छे से interact करती है. She is open, she is religious, she has a great personality, and also a great smile.
And she hates green. Amazing, amazing, great. So sweet, amazing. I'm just going to take that. Thank you guys, thank you. Can we all please hear it for them? So the idea, see, I'll tell you, I am not an industrialist, okay? I wouldn't really know how to give you a lot of insight into your steel industry. The company itself is SteelMint, but I think it's very important for you to also know the human side to business. I might not be the most relevant keynote speaker, but I only can tell you one thing that works for any business is relationships, building them, valuing them, and nourishing them, you know. I genuinely think, आप जो 4 लोग आए थे, I think you all are feeling a little more expanded. You're feeling a little better after this little exercise. I don't even have to ask you. I'm sure you're feeling good about life in general. I'm not sure, you might have had a shitty start to the day, but I don't think after this you're feeling that bad about it. I'm just hypothetically saying it, right? So I'm just saying, for example, if I'm in a bad mood and Barkha, who sits at the counter at my store, she greets me with a really warm smile, I start feeling better. You know, so just one thing, if I may request, from today or tomorrow when you come to work, just be a little more warm, a little more kind, a little more happy. It really changes the vibe of the place, you know, honestly. And just be available. I think from whatever little I've heard of your team, I think everybody's really gelled together, which is touchwood a huge achievement, because it is a task to keep such a big team together and keep them intact and have everybody be happy. Try and do these exercises. You have committees, I assume. Do this, get to know each other better, get 4 people on the hot seat, and just like fun banter about getting to know them. It's so nice to get to know each other. You bond better, your productivity increases, you start doing better numbers, everything is great. I think it's been an honor. And I would have spoken a lot more about the local. I'm one of the founding members for the largest community that we have built in Raipur. But I think I don't want to take more of your time. It's a Saturday and I want you to go and party and plan the night. So, but you know, we'll meet again hopefully soon. And it's been such a pleasure. Thank you for lending your ears. I'm not such an accomplished person, but to give me this opportunity to share my story means a lot. And thanks for being patient. And I hope to see you all soon.
Sessions we had so far, and Sahil जो AZRA को represent करते थे, now मेरे को तो Sahil की जो personality है, that will always be there on our minds. And Sahil को जो देख के लगता है कि वो कितना smiley और कितना compliment, वाकई ये बहुत compliment देते हैं. आप जिससे भी आपको मिलेंगे, वो जब भी public places में मिले हैं, I've seen him. तो ये एक wonderful personality का sign है, and we have learned continuously उनकी बातों से एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लर्निंग्स हमको मिलते जा रही थी, एंड दैट वाज ऑसम सेशन. साहिल, थैंक यू सो वेरी मच. इंटरनेट पे आप नहीं अवेलेबल हो, आपको आपके बारे में सुनने के लिए और आपकी पूरी लाइफ जर्नी को सुनने के लिए आई वाज सर्चिंग योर इंटरव्यूज, बट आई थिंक दिस विल बी देयर ऑन इंटरनेट एंड स्टेटमेंट के थ्रू, इस सेशन के थ्रू आई थिंक पीपल विल हियर यू. मतलब आई शेयर योर इंटरव्यू टू सो मेनी पीपल, लाइक आई शेयर इट विद माय टीम कि देखो. सो थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम, काइंड टाइम, एंड आई विल हैंड ओवर माइक टू